Alright, so hello and welcome back to another episode of Jurassic World Evolution 2, and this is not our regular kind of mini Nublar series that we've been going on so far, and it's also not Jurassic World Evolution 3 yet. No, it's not. That's, if I'm releasing this correctly, that's probably in 2 days from now or tomorrow. So we are cutting it down to the last second, and this is because, number one, I wanted to do one big final enclosure. The mini Nublar series is, of course, that big kind of like ending project to Jurassic World Evolution 2, but we're not going to get that done in time, so I figured as a backup, we could also just do one nice big enclosure, or in this case, 3 enclosures, to kind of celebrate Jurassic World Evolution 2. And in this video, I have made 3 enclosures, all kind of intertwined together with mods, and we are building, for those 3 species that we are building for, are 3 species that have been cut from Evolution 3. Now, I'm not going to get into this, like, with all the cut species and stuff. It's been a roller coaster the past week. I'm currently recording this on the Wednesday, so we've seen, like, the supposed all, like, the 86 species roster of Evolution 3. There's been a couple surprises, like, I've added Therizinosaurus, Oviraptor, Suchomimus. Those 3 have been like kind of like hacks, kind of, where they're like bonus animals, which I believe are just, I don't know, they just kind of like playing into like the scheme, or like playing into the idea of like the secret corporation taking over the island, or taking over the facility. So in this episode, I have made enclosures for the Shonisaurus underwater, the Deinonychirus on land, and the Barbaridactylus, and of course, and also the Jahaluropteryx in the aviary. I also included a Quetz, I believe, like Quetzalcoatlus, but we are getting Quetzalcoatlus, so I figured that was more just kind of like a thing to take up space and make it look cool, because it does look really cool. I don't know if these species are going to be returning in Evolution 3. I assume they are. I don't see any scenario in which we don't eventually get Deinonychirus in Evolution 3. The amount of popularity for this one species is astronomically high, and I don't blame it, because it is a fabulous species. I can't see them doing like another species in a pack that's kind of similar to this, because there is nothing that is really too similar to Deinonychirus. You can't really replace it. I really think that it's in return, and I'm hoping, I'm like 50-50 right now, maybe like 60-40. 60% of me says they're going to add them back in free updates, because I feel like with Planet Coaster 2 and stuff, with like how the negative feedback from like them not adding all the themes and all the rides and stuff, and they had to spend several months after that fixing everything in free updates before they could even get to DLCs. So I think to avoid that, they're just gonna hopefully take that advice and take that feedback and just start adding the missing species back into Evolution 3 in free updates. The other possibilities are them coming back in DLCs, either just straightforward regular DLCs, you have to pay for the old ones back. That is obviously the worst scenario. Or they do it where they add them in DLCs, but they don't take up slots in DLCs. So like, for instance, we usually get 4 animals a DLC, so instead it would be like 4 brand new animals, or 4 brand new dinosaurs, sorry, plus like, I don't know, 2 or 3 remaining, or 2 or 3 cut species. So I could see them also doing that. But anyway, let's get back into this. So this is the entire area, because again, this is a modded habitat. We're going to start with here. I didn't really have a main entrance area, but this is the main kind of area with like our lagoon viewings, and of course we have 3 big fountains here, one with the Giga, the T-Rex, and the Spino. So if you go to the left here, we go into this. I've combined multiple of these viewing galleries together. I believe you can, yeah, there we go. I can switch our views around and see what we get here. Of course, some are a little wonky like this, because I've combined a lot of viewing galleries. Again, I'm so excited about making my own viewing galleries in Evolution 3. I talked about this in the mini Nublar episode, but that is one of my main things that I really am excited to do with modular building. Make like custom lookouts and stuff. For like dinosaur enclosures. That's gonna be so good. And I feel like they haven't really showed it off that a lot in the trailers and stuff, simply because you don't usually see that a lot with modular building. Even when you get like new pieces in like Planet Zoo packs, you don't ever really see like the full potential of the pieces, because people always find new uses for them. So I get them not really going too much into it, but I think it's just such a huge like seller for the game that I think it's worth showing. But anyway, this was the Deinonychirus enclosure. Again, we've combined multiple viewing galleries into one, and in the 3rd game I won't have to do that anymore, and I'm very excited. Of course, we have our amazing Deinonychirus here, which again, look at this. How could you not love this model? This looks absolutely beautiful. The animations and stuff, I feel like maybe it might be something to do with the animations and also the feathers, because you have these kind of like, it's very, I don't know, it looks like it's like wind going through it, but I think it's honestly more of like a glitchy kind of behavior or a glitchy kind of thing with the feathers, which I don't know if that's going to compete or what is that, kind of conflict with the new graphics of the third game, or if it's going to mess with, like, I don't know, the baby maybe? Something like that. I don't really know what would really be the problem with species like this, especially when you have other feathered species that are in Evolution 3, like the Utahraptor or Yutyrannus, which has a very similar coat of feathers to this guy. So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on there. And it's not like the feathering is bad in Evolution 3. I mean, they've put in new like videos and stuff of Yutyrannus and Utahraptor in showcase videos, and they look amazing, so beats me why they are not adding Dinocaurus back. So anyway, what should we do here? This will take us down all the way around the aviary, which we will do at the very end. In the meantime, I have done this, which our Shonosaurus aquarium or lagoon. Now the underwater viewing is not the best, and it's actually very broken because I've added so many things. Yeah, you can see here I've added, oh there he is. I've added the rock what are those, the rock platforms or whatever, to the side there. We'll just exit here. It's a lot more cool to look at this from over top, but you can see I've used the rock platform over top here to actually give it kind of like some nice kind of shallows and stuff. And of course this doesn't stop the lagoon from going through the walls, because of course this is like the free build mod I've used for most of this, so that's kind of happening. But I try my best to kind of hide it or make it look a bit better with the rocks and stuff. It didn't really work, but you know, whatever. Where'd he go? Here, there you are. I love this species. Now we're moving on to like Shonosaurus, and this is another amazing one. I did watch a video today, at least, that was talking about like how the lagoons got absolutely massacred in like the lagoon species for Evolution 2 to Evolution 3, and it's a bit of a shame, I agree, because you look at Evolution 3 and how many lagoon species it has, and it's not a lot, and then even some of them that it does have are like, that's not really too useful to me. I do like a lot of the ones that they've chosen to bring back. Of course, the Meg, Dunk, I like Adborosaurus is the one. I also really like, what are the other ones that they've brought back? There's a few other ones, of course, but like obviously the Mosasaurus and stuff like that. Ones that they've cut, however, are like Archelon, this guy, of course, Nothosaurus. They also got rid of Styxosaurus, which was one that I was really hoping would make it in. If you watched my video about like the top 10 ones I want back, they did cut Styxosaurus, so it's a bit unfortunate about that, and especially because that was like one of the very few ones that had the Lux patterns. Of course the Nothosaurus also did, but that wasn't as good as in my opinion. And also we do have like a Mosasaurus deluxe skin, or a Mosasaurus Lux skin that comes with like the deluxe, so I will have it, but it just doesn't look as cool. Or at least I think the video that, or I think the image that they show is like it in like an orange color. If it's able to be recolored and stuff to like different colors, then I think it would look cool. But if it's just the orange, that's gonna look kind of annoying to me. It looks kind of weird. I do hope they keep the Lux patterns for like the hybrids they added, like Indominus Rex, like the light blue Lux. That looks really cool. Back to the enclosure again. I'm sorry. This is really just me yapping about the third game, which we'll have access to soon. Again, I'll have it on that opening day, so I'll try to be as quick as I can with making content and stuff. Again, I also have other things to do and other priorities, but I will make sure that I am playing it at least once that opening day. Well, anyway, so that is our area for the Shonisaurus. So if we go back around here, we have, of course, our lovely zoom maps and stuff. Of course, this is not accurate. Now, if we go back around here, like with this, I'm very excited. I'm hoping that I'm pretty sure you should be able to place like rocks and stuff on the paths in Evolution 3, because like this you can have like kind of like hiding the electricity poles, which looks really nice. This is all just kind of like big open pathway. I didn't really have a lot of room, or not a lot of room. I didn't have a lot of care too much to add a bunch of buildings on the side of it. I figured I think I do have one over here. I'm not sure that that's a big research facility. Maybe I didn't add a viewing gallery. I might not have. Oops. Alright, well, that's gonna have to do. I also attempted to start working on this over here, like going all the way around, but just did not have enough time, and I figured we might as well get this out. But if we do look at the some of the species in here and look at some other ones that are cut from the roster, of course, our little tiny little friend, the Jahalarptex, I'm not as sad about this one, because I do think that they are at some point going to add a very similar species that is like able to fill the niche. It can be replaced by like a lot of things, We could get Microraptor, Archaeopteryx, Anerognathus, which is in Rebirth, I believe, the new movie. I don't know if they'll add that or not, because it's a very minor species in the movie, but Anerognathus. There's a few other ones, like Priondactylus or like Rhamphorhynchus, something like that. Those that are really small that could take up this kind of spot. That could potentially also bring back the insect feeder. But I am gonna miss this guy. It's gonna be it's very cute. It's a very cute species, and it's a bit of a shame that we don't have it anymore with the new game. So hopefully it gets re-added and we just get to expand the roster even more, but it's anyone's game right now. Moving on to that, we have the Barbaridactylus, which again, this is not one that I am as upset by, because mainly when this first came out, I was very excited for it because we had Prehistoric Planet at the time, where we had that iconic look of, or at least it introduced me to that iconic look of like the giant like crest with like just like kind of like the bare bones, no like flappy part in between, and it just had like the rod, like kind of like the stick kind of crest, and it looked so cool, and really, like, to me at least, it looks really cool. And I was really hoping that they would do that for this, because again, we just had Prehistoric Planet. Maybe they took inspiration from it and they put it in this game, and it's alright. And in the end, it just looks kind of meh to me. It looks very similar to some of the other pterosaurs we have. Not, of course, it still has a pretty unique kind of facial structure or head, but I would have preferred it with like that cool iconic crest where it's just no flap in between, or no like kind of webbing between the two, like between the crest or whatever. It's just like a straight like giant stick rod kind of crest, which would have looked a lot cooler in my opinion. With the new game, we have, what is it, Kawajera, something like that. I say the name right all the time, and I can't think of how to say it properly right now. But it is a new species coming in to Evolution 3 that it looks very similar to Tapijara, and it's kind of questioning me why they added it. It looks a lot better, and it has a lot more vibrant like patterns in like the crest, and also it is a bit feathered in the stomach. I would have thought it would be feathered a bit more, but maybe that's just me. But I don't know, it's just questioning me why they added it when it's just a Tapijara kind of clone, or it's just an upgrade to the Tapijara. I would have added something a bit more unique, like Rhamphorhynchus, if you really wanted to go for like one that is gonna sell the aviaries even more than they already are right now, because you already have walking pterosaurs and you already have like custom stuff in the aviaries. So what could make that better even more? Maybe just giving some more like unique pterosaurs. It feels weird that they kind of did that trade-off, where instead of we have like Chahalaropteryx in this game, which is really small, we're trading that out for a pterosaur that, what the heck is happening here? It's kind of, it dove into the lagoon, alright. But we're trading something that's so small and so unique like Chahalaropteryx in for Kawajara, which does look cool, of course, but it's not that great with size comparison or like size variation, so that's a bit unfortunate. Also, this is the Quetz skin I chose. If you haven't realized, it looks absolutely beautiful, like the light blues and stuff, and the bright beak. I am overall excited for the game, nonetheless. Evolution 3. This is kind of like our last Evolution 2 video for now. We got a lot of things to cover. I've planned out a bunch of my parks and stuff ready for Evolution 3. I've got a bunch of like ideas for like modular building and stuff. I am very ready to go, and I'm very excited for the journey of this new game on the channel, because this is going to be probably a mainstay. Of course, I am continuing to upload Planet Zoo, but with that, I'm going to have to leave it at that. So, this is the kind of like little modded enclosure I just wanted to showcase. Dinocyrus, Shonosaurus, Barbaridactylus, Chahalaropteryx, and the Quetz, all species that I hope to return in Evolution 3. Of course, except for the Quetz, which we already know is there. But in any case, I hope you all have enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me, it means a lot to the channel. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what species you hope to return in Evolution 3 in a DLC or a free update, or how you think they're going to re-add these species if they do, which I really think they will. Again, because I just cannot see us not getting Dinocyrus. Beautiful this guy is. Amazing. So, in any case, hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one, in the next Jurassic World Evolution video, which will probably be the new game, our first episode of Evolution 3. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys, have a great rest of your day.